Hello and good evening to everyone. This is PACIS TV. This is the time for the news in English. I am Benjamin Kwizera and these are the headlines. The President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, is undertaking a working visit to Botswana from the 6th of May until 7th of May 2026 at the invitation of his counterpart. In Musanze district, the preparations are underway for the expansion of the Musanze Genocide Memorial Site located on the former site of the Ruhengeri Court of Appeal. Rwandan government has announced its candidacy for re-election of the Council for International Telecommunication Union. In international news, Pope Leon XIV is receiving the Switzerland President of Federation. Welcome back to the news in detail. The President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, is undertaking a working visit to Botswana from the 6th of May until 7th of May 2026 at the invitation of his counterpart, Duma Gideon Boko. News in detail. The President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, is undertaking a working visit to Botswana from 6th of May up to 7th of May 2026 at the invitation of his counterpart, Duma Gideon Boko. This visit was preceded by the second session of the Rwanda and Botswana Joint Permanent Commission for Cooperation, JPCC, held on the 4th of May until 5th of May 2026, aimed at strengthening both countries' commitment to productive bilateral cooperation. This visit marks an important step in advancing relations between Botswana and Rwanda, particularly in promoting mutually beneficial economic cooperation. It builds on progress made since 2019 visit, including the agreement to establish the JPCC as a framework for deepening collaboration between the two nations. During the visit, the two leaders are expected to hold discussions focusing on technology-driven trade, tourism, livestock vaccines, transport infrastructure, and cooperation in the diamond value chain. President Paul Kagame is also scheduled to visit the Botswana Diamond Training Company, DTCB. Several agreements are expected to be signed during the visit, including those related to the trade and investment, as well as cooperation between the Botswana Investment and Trade Center, BITC, and the Rwanda Development Board, RDB. A double taxation avoidance agreement will also be signed to facilitate trade and investment between the two countries. A business and investment forum was held on 5th of May 2026, bringing together investors and various leaders to explore new opportunities for partnership. President Paul Kagame is accompanied by ministers, senior government officials, and a delegation of business leaders in a continued effort to strengthen bilateral cooperation. President Paul Kagame is together with First Lady Jeannette Kagame. Last paid a two-day work visit to Botswana on the 27th of June 2019, where they were received in the capital city, Gaborone, by then President Makugwetsi Elike Kapwetswe. From Botswana back to Rwanda, preparations are underway for the expansion of the Musanze Genocide Memorial Site located on the former site of Ruhengeri Court of Appeal. According to authorities, the project includes the acquisition of new land. News in detail. In Rwanda, the efforts to preserve the memory of the genocide against the Tutsi are being further strengthened. In Musanze district, authorities have announced a project to expand the Genocide Memorial Site in order to improve conditions for reflection and commemoration. Preparations are underway for the expansion of Musanze Genocide Memorial Site located on the former site of Ruhengeri Court of Appeal. According to authorities, the project includes the acquisition of new land, notably a plot owned by Catholic Church, following negotiations that have now been finalized. This expansion is part of a broader program to renovate several memorial sites in Musanze district. Among the planned development is the creation of Memorial Garden, intended to provide more suitable space for commemoration ceremonies. The Genocide Survivors Organization IBUKA has welcomed this initiative.
It points out that the current space is insufficient, making it difficult to organize remembrance activities for victims' families. In long term, the memorial site is expected to cover an area up to 4.5 hectares, compared to its much smaller current size. Authorities state that the project budget will be determined after detailed study outlining all the work to be carried out. This site remains highly symbolic. In 1994, more than 800 Tutsis sought refuge there, believing they would be safe before being massacred inside and around the judicial building. Authorities describe it as a powerful symbol of the collapse of justice, an event that is both rare and tragic in the world history. Through this expansion project, Rwanda continues its effort to preserve memory, honor the victims, and pass this history on the future generations.
Rwandan government has announced its candidacy for re-election to the Council of International Telecommunication Union.
The Rwandan government has announced its candidacy for re-election to the Council for International Telecommunication Union, ITU, a key body in global digital governance. The announcement was made in Geneva by Rwanda's ambassador to Switzerland during a council session. Rwanda is aiming for fifth consecutive term, having served continuously since 2010. According to authorities, this candidacy reflects the country's desire to continue playing an active role in development of information and communication technology. The ITU Council, composed of 48 members, is responsible for overseeing the organization's activities, approving budgets, and guiding strategies in the telecommunications sector. Over the years, Rwanda has distinguished itself through its commitment to universal access to digital technologies. The country has notably contributed to discussions on connectivity, spectrum management, digital policies, and artificial intelligence. Rwandan authorities also highlight the effort to reduce the digital divide and support developing countries. At the regional level, Rwanda plays a leading role in digital transformations, particularly through initiatives such as the Smart Africa Alliance. The country is also positioning itself as a technological hub in Africa by hosting international events and developing innovative digital projects. These initiatives include the development of e-government services, cybersecurity, and the integration of artificial intelligence across various sectors. The ITU Secretary General praised Rwanda's progress, emphasizing its leadership, innovation, and connectivity. She particularly highlighted the country's efforts in digital education, the use of artificial intelligence, and ambitious technological projects. If re-elected, Rwanda intends to continue prioritizing the development of digital infrastructure, digital inclusion, and technological innovation.
In Nyamasheke district, employees and students of College St. Martin Hanika, located in Nyamasheke district, say their greenhouse farming on a small piece of land is a sustainable solution for increasing agricultural production. They explain that this method helps them practice modern farming. They explain this method helps them to practice modern farming, make efficient, use limited land, and of course, making a great harvest. Reports that as part of efforts to promote professional farming on small plots of land, the school aims to increase production and ensure food self-sufficiency in daily lives of students at College St. Martin Hanika. This is also emphasized by the school's agronomist, who note that they mainly grow vegetable and tomatoes in greenhouse. He adds that through the training they provide to both students and nearby residents, people learn that it is possible to install a greenhouse even at home, enabling them to increase their own agricultural output. The school's vice principal in charge of discipline, Father Jonas Kwizerimana, says that through modern agriculture projects, the school collaborates with the community. The knowledge gained is then applied in practice, helping both students and residents improve their livelihoods. Modern professional farming using greenhouse methods on small land areas helps increase production, optimize land use, improve crop quality, and enhance the well-being of those who practice it. It is an advanced approach that supports food self-efficiency and economic development. After a short commercial break, we will come with other news.
muri Gicurasi kuri Canal Plus wicikwa n'imikino y'indyankuriye aho umwami wa Premier League azambikwa ikamba, FA Cup igahamya ubukaka bwayo, uwegukana Ligue 1 ahangwa imboni, Bundesliga yo ikimaka, muri Liga mwaba muzi uzitwa igihangange cya Espagne. Naho ku ya 30 Gicurasi umunyabigozi andika amateka mu mukino wa nyuma wa UEFA Champions League. Kuko ugomba kubaho ibyiza bihora kugeza ku ya 31 Gicurasi. Gura bone musanzwe ugura wongereho ibihumbi 2 uhabwa amashani yose ya Canal Plus na DSTV English Plus. Gurira ku mucurizi wemewe no kuri Mobile Money.
I wish I could leave my skin behind.
Icy'ingenzi ntabwo ari ukugira diplome ya kaminuza. Uyu munsi birahagije kuganira n'umuntu byonyine ukamenya ko yize muri kaminuza ibonetse yose cyangwa se ko yize muri kaminuza Gatolika y'u Rwanda, Catholic University of Rwanda, by'umwihariko mu ishami ryayo rya Kigali. Ubu abazi guhitamo neza batangiye kwiyandikisha muri Catholic University of Rwanda Kigali campus ikorera Nyamirambo. Abashaka kwiga mu mashami y'uburezi kwiyandikisha mu gihembwe kizatangira mu kwezi kwa gatatu, March intake, byaratangiye muri Postgraduate Diploma in Education PGDE. Ababiga muri weekend. Hatangwa kandi amasomo muri Department of Education in Sciences mu mashami ya Economics and Computer Science, Mathematics and Computer Science, Mathematics and Geography na Mathematics and Economics. Hari kandi Department of Education in Arts and Social Sciences mu mashami ya English and Kinyarwanda, English and French, French and Kinyarwanda, English and Kiswahili, Economics and Entrepreneurship, English and History, Economics and History na Economics and Geography. Uhitamo kwiga ku manywa cyangwa se mu biruhuko. Twakira kandi abanyeshuri bafite A1 muri education bakeneye gukomeza amasomo yabo ku rwego rwa A0. Iyandikisha unyuze kuri wa@CUR.AC.RW. Wanahamagara cyangwa ukandika ubutumwa kuri 07 83 18 86 26 cyangwa 07 33 21 46 78 cyangwa 07 88 52 41 98. Wanandika email kuri curkigalcampus@gmail.com.
The only way to being found is getting lost.
Bakerarugendo namwe bashyitsi mugenda mu karere ka Muhanga no mu tundi turere two mu ntara y'Amajyepfo n'intara y'Iburengerazuba, namwe mwese mukeneye serivisi za hotel, ni muze nimugera mu mujyi wa Muhanga mukomeze gato. Nimugera i Kabgayi murahasanga hoteli yiteguye kubakirana urugwiro. Iyo nta yindi ni Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi. Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi tugufitiye serivisi zitandukanye za bar na restaurant kandi zitanga ubuhanga n'icyubahiro ku mukiriya utugana. Tubafitiye kandi imikino itandukanye ifasha abatugana kuruhuka nka piscine wogera mu karuka mu mutwe, imyicungo igezweho abana bidagaduriramo bagataha banezerewe, tennis na table game bakunze kwita biyari, igisoro ndetse na volley yo ku mucanga bakunze kwita beach volley mukunda muri benshi nayo nitwayibagiwe. Ikindi nuko muri Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi twakira inama zitandukanye kuko tubafitiye ibyumba byiza by'inama utasanga ahandi, byaba bito ndetse n'ibishobora kwakira abantu benshi, ariko by'akarusho tukaba tubafasha no gukora inama mukoresheje ikoranabuhanga mu gihe mutari kumwe mu cyumba. Kubifuza serivisi za catering, Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi amafunguro n'ibinyobwa tubibagerezaho ku gihe. Tubafitiye ibyumba byiza byagutse biri mu byiciro bitandukanye, harimo n'ibyo bakunze kwita suite mu ndimi z'amahanga, ndetse byose ukaba ubibona ku giciro cyiza. Muri make ugeze muri Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi ahora yifuza kugaruka kubera uburyo yakiranwe ubwuzu n'icyubahiro bitasanga ahandi, kuko serivisi dutanga kinyamwuga kandi zishingiye ku ndangagaciro za kizizi. Ku bindi bisobanuro waduhamagara kuri telefone ziri kuri ekara yawe cyangwa ukatwandikira unyuze ku mbuga nkoranyambaga zacu zitandukanye. Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi, imfura mu mahoteli mu gutanga serivisi nziza inoze kandi ku gihe.
Yashuri bose bashaka ni College Fondation Sinagera.
Mama we.
Iri ni ishuri ribumbatiye icyerekezo cy'u Rwanda twifuza kuko ritanga uburezi buhamye mu mashuri y'inshuke, abanza, icyiciro rusange ndetse n'amashami y'imyuga n'ubumenyingiro mu buhinzi, ubworozi, food processing, ubwubatsi, ubukanishi bw'ibinyabiziga, fashion design, gutunganya imisatsi, ububaji n'ubusuderi. hari n'amasomo y'igihe gito short courses mu mashami yavuzwe haruguru aherekezwa na practice zihagije kuko abanyeshuri bigira mu nganda za Sina Gerard International Football Academy yigisha abana guhera ku myaka 6 gucunga ruhago sawa atletism, imbyino nyarwanda no kwiga amategeko y'umuhanda no gutwara ibinyabiziga nabyo biri mu nyongera y'amasomo. Abana biga amashuri y'incuke n'abanza basoza ibyo byiciro bose bazi gutwara igare. Umwana wa segonderi we atahana uruhusa rwo gutwara ibinyabiziga. Witinda kwandikisha umwana ku ishuri kuri Nyirangarama cyangwa ku mashami ya Sina Gerard Entreprise Urwibutso hose mu gihugu. Ku bindi bisobanuro hamagara 0788535123 cyangwa 0788535999. Twubaka ubukungu bushingiye ku bumenyi.
Rero ugiye kutubwira impamvu zatumye uhitamo kuza gusaba akazi hano?
Bwa mbere nza gusaba akazi hano nari nabitekerejeho, mbabarire. Murakoze. Mu by'ukuri numvaga mfite ubushobozi ndetse n'ubushake.
So kutiteguye bihagije ni ukutaryama neza. Rwanda Farm, le paradis du matelas.
Muri Gicurasi kuri Canal Plus wicikwa n'imikino y'indyankuriye, aho umwami wa Premier League azambikwa ikamba, FA Cup igahamya ubukaka bwayo, uwegukana Ligue 1 ahangwa imboni, Bundesliga yo ikimaka. Muri Liga mwaba muzi uzitwa igihangange cya Espagne, naho ku ya 30 Gicurasi umunyabigozi andika amateka mu mukino wa nyuma wa UEFA Champions League. Kuko ugomba kubaho ibyiza bihora kugeza ku ya 31 Gicurasi. Gura bone musanzwe ugura wongereho ibihumbi 2 uhabwa amashani yose ya Canal Plus na DSTV English Plus. Gurira ku mucurizi wemewe no kuri Mobile Money.
I wish I could leave my skin behind.
Icy'ingenzi ntabwo ari ukugira diplome ya kaminuza. Uyu munsi birahagije kuganira n'umuntu byonyine ukamenya ko yize muri kaminuza ibonetse yose cyangwa se ko yize muri kaminuza Gatolika y'u Rwanda, Catholic University of Rwanda, by'umwihariko mu ishami ryayo rya Kigali. Ubu abazi guhitamo neza batangiye kwiyandikisha muri Catholic University of Rwanda Kigali campus ikorera Nyamirambo. Abashaka kwiga mu mashami y'uburezi kwiyandikisha mu gihembwe kizatangira mu kwezi kwa 3 March intake byaratangiye muri postgraduate diploma in education PGDE. Ababiga muri weekend. Hatangwa kandi amasomo muri Department of Education in Sciences mu mashami ya Economics and Computer Science, Mathematics and Computer Science, Mathematics and Geography na Mathematics and Economics. Hari kandi Department of Education in Arts and Social Sciences mu mashami ya English and Kinyarwanda, English and French, French and Kinyarwanda, English and Kiswahili, Economics and Entrepreneurship, English and History, Economics and History na Economics and Geography. Uhitamo kwiga ku manywa cyangwa se mu biruhuko. Twakira kandi abanyeshuri bafite A1 muri education bakeneye gukomeza amasomo yabo ku rwego rwa A0. Iyandikisha unyuze kuri wa@CUR.AC.RW. Wanahamagara cyangwa ukandika ubutumwa kuri 0783188626 cyangwa 0733214678 cyangwa none 0788524198. Wanandika email kuri curkigali-campus@gmail.com.
The only way to being found is getting lost.
Bakerarugendo namwe bashyitsi mugenda mu karere ka Muhanga no mu tundi turere two mu ntara y'Amajyepfo n'intara y'Iburengerazuba, namwe mwese mukeneye serivisi za hotel, ni muze nimugira mu mujyi wa Muhanga mukomeze gato. Nimugera i Kabgayi murahasanga hotel yiteguye kubakirana urugwiro. Iyo nta yindi ni Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi. Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi tugufitiye serivisi zitandukanye za bar na restaurant kandi zitanga nk'ubuhanga n'icyubahiro ku mukiriya utugana. Tubafitiye kandi imikino itandukanye ifasha abatugana kuruhuka nka pisine wogeramo ukaruhuka mu mutwe, imyicungo igezweho abana bidagaduriramo bagataha banezerewe, tennis na table game bakunze kwita biyari, igisoro ndetse na volley yo ku mucanga bakunze kwita beach volley mukunda muri benshi nayo ntitwayibagiwe. Ikindi nuko muri hoteli Setandre Kabwa twakira inama zitandukanye kuko tubafitiye ibyumba byiza by'inama utasanga ahandi, byaba bito ndetse n'ibishobora kwakira abantu benshi, ariko by'akarusho tukaba tubafasha no gukora inama mukoresheje ikoranabuhanga mu gihe mutari kumwe mu cyumba. Kubifuza serivisi za catering Hotel Setandre Kabgayi, amafunguro n'ibinyobwa tubibagerezaho ku gihe. Tubafitiye ibyumba byiza byagutse biri mu byiciro bitandukanye, harimo n'ibyo bakunze kwita suite mu ndimi z'amahanga, ndetse byose ukaba ubibona ku giciro cyiza. Muri make ugeze muri Hotel Setandre Kabgayi ahora yifuza kugaruka kubera uburyo yakiranye ubwuzu n'icyubahiro utasanga ahandi, kuko serivisi tuzitanga kinyamwuga kandi zishingiye ku ndangagaciro za kizizi. Ku bindi bisobanuro waduhamagara kuri telefone ziri kuri ekara yawe cyangwa ukatwandikira unyuze ku mbuga nkoranyambaga zacu zitandukanye. Hoteli Setandre Kabgayi, imfura mu mahoteli mu gutanga serivisi nziza inoze kandi ku gihe.
Welcome to international news. In Vatican, His Holiness Pope Leon XIV receives the President of Swiss Confederation. Pope Leon XIV welcomed the President of the Swiss Confederation, Guy Parmelin, in the Vatican on Wednesday morning prior to the annual swearing in the Swiss Guard. Pope Leon XIV received the President of the Swiss Confederation in the Vatican on Wednesday morning. Following the meeting with the Pope, the Swiss President of Federation met the Vatican Secretary of State, Cardinal Pietro Parolin, and the Vatican Secretary for Relations with the State and International Organization, Archbishop Paul Richard Carragher. In a subsequent statement issued by Holy See Press Office, it was noted that discussions were cordial, that satisfaction was expressed for the good and fruitful bilateral relation. During the continued discussion, the statement noted the parties focused on matters of common interest and the international regional levels. Particular reference said that was made ongoing conflict in Ukraine. In China, Iran's top diplomat met his Chinese counterpart in Beijing for talks days before Trump is to make his own trip to China. Iran's foreign minister held a meeting with his Chinese counterpart on Wednesday morning, during which he was briefed on the latest efforts to end the US and Israel war in the Iran. Foreign Minister Abbas Al-Ghachi emphasized that while Tehran remains fully prepared to comfort only hostile actions, it is also serious and steadfast field diplomacy. As also during a meeting, Al-Ghachi stressed Tehran's goal of strengthening relations with China in the framework of a strategic partnership agreement signed between the two countries. During his trip to Beijing, Al-Ghachi also held a phone call with Saudi counterparts, being according to Iran state broadcaster. Thank you very much for being with us in News Tonight, but before we go to end, let's go back to the top stories. The President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, is undertaking a working visit to Botswana from the 6th of May until 7th of May. In Musanze district, preparations are underway for the expansion of the Musanze Genocide Memorial Site, located on the former site of the Ruhengeri Court of Appeal. In Kigali, Rwandan government has announced its candidacy for re-election to the Council for International Communication Union. In international news, His Holiness Pope Leon XIV hosts the President of Swiss Federation in Vatican. Thank you once again for being with us tonight. This is PACIS TV. I am Benjamin Kwizera. Good night.